Not sure I should trust this video because it's titled The Rules of Rugby Union, and we all know that they are not rules, they are laws. Actually, I just learned that in one of my most recent rugby reactions. We're sticking with rugby right now. You guys are really showing up for these videos. So if you want to see more rugby content, smash the like button for me. Lets me know that I need to keep doing these rugby videos. Yeah, I mentioned something about the rules of rugby, and someone said they're not rules, they are laws. So I know some of the basic rules here. I just did a video where I tried to react to 7 rugby rules that you didn't know about, and they were really obscure rules and very advanced. So I got to start kind of at the beginning. I know some of these basic rules, but there's some things that I need clarification on, specifically when it comes to the rules of what's going on in a ruck and tackling. So we'll get into that in this video and learn a little bit. All right, enough yapping from me. Let's get into this.
Nin explains the rules of rugby union.
Laws.
The object of the game is for your team to score more points than the opposing team. The game is played with 2 teams of 15, playing on a field that's 100 metres long between the goal lines. In rugby union, you may run forwards with the ball, and you may kick the ball forwards. But what's interesting about rugby union is that you can only pass the ball backwards or sideways. You cannot pass the ball.
Yeah, because I caught up with this. This is basic rugby stuff that I did learn early on in my reaction journey.
Forwards, and doing so will result in your opponent being awarded possession. The idea is to score points, and there are several ways to do this. Number 1, a try.
Yeah, try, a field goal, a conversion. Yeah.
You can run with the ball into your opponent's in-goal area and place the ball down onto the ground. This is a try and is worth 5 points.
You have to press
Unlike
it down.
in American football, the player must press the ball on the ground with downward pressure. No downward pressure equals no try. Number 2, a conversion. After scoring a try, you are awarded a conversion kick to add more points. The kick is made from a spot 20 metres from the goal line and perpendicular to the spot where the try was scored. Kicking the ball between the posts and over the crossbar scores 2 points. Number 3, a penalty. If your opponent commits a foul, you may choose to kick the ball from the ground between the
3
goal
points.
posts. This scores 3 points. Number 4, a drop goal. You can also kick the ball between the posts at any time during open play.
Gotcha.
To do this,
okay, so that's actually a question that I asked in my last rugby laws rules video. I didn't know the rules on when you could drop kick. So you can do a drop goal at any point in time for 3 points. Wow.
you must drop the ball onto the ground first before kicking it. This also scores 3 points. To stop you from scoring.
But you can't just go for a field goal, 3 points. That's a penalty kick. I got it.
Your opponents will try and stop you by tackling. Your opponent can grab you below the shoulders and pull you to the floor or stop you moving forwards. In rugby union, once a player is tackled, the ball carrier must let go of the ball.
This is some much needed clarification. You get tackled, you got to cough the ball up. Gotcha.
Usually results in players pushing each other away on the ground whilst the teammate tries to get possession of the ball. Players from either team can get possession at this point.
Okay.
This is known as a ruck and is an important part of the game. To the untrained eye, it looks like a bunch of men rolling around on the floor, but in reality...
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been complaining about a little bit, is I don't know what I'm looking at. And by the way, guys, let me go ahead and show you something cool that I've been doing over here on my Patreon. I have a collection, a Rugby World Cup collection, where I've reacted to Rugby World Cup. This is the 2011 Rugby World Cup, and I can't really show this on YouTube because it'll get blocked. So if you wanted to support the channel in an extra kind of special way, you can click the link in the description to go to my Patreon. You don't have to pay for a monthly membership. If you just want the Rugby World Cup collection, you can click on that and go straight to the Rugby World Cup collection, and you get all. I'm going to react to every World Cup since 1987. I pause a lot to ask questions. This is where I'm going to be learning the rules of the game. I can react to the entire highlights in HD. I don't have to put any weird film on it or do any kind of crazy editing. It's literally just me reacting and learning the game and learning the sport. So if you'd like to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. And that's enough advertising for my stuff. Let's get over here and get back in to the video. What I've been asking in my, like, for instance, in that 2011 World Cup video that I just reacted to, I was mentioning how, to my untrained eye, a lot of times it's moving so fast that it just seems like chaos is happening here on the ground. I don't really know the rules of what's going on here. This is very helpful. So the player who's being tackled must cough up the ball, give the ball up, and there's a lot of pushing and shoving to who can gain possession of the ball after the tackle.
See, they're trying to push the opponents away so that they can get the ball.
Now, this guy wouldn't be able to get the ball, would he? Because he would be considered offside, maybe? I'm not sure. It just seems unfair for him to be able to grab the ball right after the tackle because he's behind the play. Seems like he would need to be over here to try to fight for the ball. I don't know. Y'all let me know.
The maul is the other important part of the game. This is essentially a ruck while standing up. Players will usually push opposing players backwards in order to gain better field position. Unlike in American football or rugby league, there are no set limits for possession. If a team can keep the ball for the entire game, they generally will.
Right.
The game is played in two 40-minute halves. For a combined playing time of
Caught
80
up with
minutes,
this stuff.
the team with the highest score after 80 minutes wins. That's basically the gist of it, but there's a few other rules you'll need to understand before playing or going to a game. For example, knock-on. Any player deflecting the ball forwards with their arms or body is committing a knock-on.
Oh, wow. So you really can't push the ball forward at all. You have to be going backward. Wow.
Remember, you're not allowed to pass the ball forwards, so you're not allowed to deflect it forwards either, unless it's a kick.
That makes sense.
Committing a knock-on will result in the other team being awarded a scrum. Scrum. This is a method of restarting play, usually after a forward pass or a knock-on. The forwards of both teams line up and push against one another whilst the ball is rolled between them. In general, any team can win possession of the ball at this point. In touch. This is rugby terminology for out of the playing area.
All right, yeah. So this was also a big nightmare. Okay, you check out my other video. It's kind of comedy where I'm trying to learn some of these terminologies, but I don't know the terminology. That would have been really helpful to have known this. In touch means the ball carrier goes out of bounds. I figured that out, but it took me a minute to figure out what the heck he was talking about. So in touch means going out of bounds.
The outer lines of the field are touch lines, and any ball leaving the field of play is said to be in touch. Line out. This is another method of restarting play, usually when the ball has left the field in touch. Players from each team will line up 1 meter apart whilst the ball is being thrown between them. Players are allowed to lift teammates up to try and gain possession of the ball. There are many other rules not discussed here, but as you watch or play rugby union, they will become very clear indeed. If you found this video at all helpful, please like, share and subscribe.
Okay, very helpful. These are some things that I needed to know. Some cleared up a few areas that I wasn't so sure about. Like I said, I have a video. Man, I'm debating whether I'm even going to release it. You've either seen it or not seen it. Where I tried to learn these interesting laws of rugby that people didn't know existed. But in order to appreciate that video, you had to know the existing laws of rugby. And I did not really have a full grasp of what I knew a lot of terminology, but not all the terminology. And this video was helpful. I knew probably 60%, 70% of the information in this video, but the stuff that I didn't know was really helpful, extremely helpful stuff here. I hope you guys like the rugby videos. If you've been enjoying these rugby reactions, then smash the like button for me. Even if you can't go over and support the channel on Patreon, it's a free thing that you can do. When you hit the like button, it triggers the algorithm and lets other people like you know that they would probably like watching this video, and that helps me out. So if you would, smash like for me. I'd appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.